When the Ford Mustang Mach-E was first announced, there were reservations as to whether it deserved to wear the iconic pony badge. But the Mach-E has quickly proved itself, sweeping up award after award, including Top Gear's very prestigious Best Electric Crossover just last year. It's clear that the Mach-E was special enough to stand out in such a competitive market. When it was first released, it came in two different flavours, a rear-wheel drive model with a respectable 270 to 300 brake horsepower and an all-wheel drive with a punchy 300 to 350. The latter could sprint from 0 to 62 in just 5.8 seconds, but Ford weren't about to stop there. The model that I'm going to be showing you around today is the extremely spicy GT, packing 480 brake horsepower and 860 newton meters of torque, giving you a 0 to 62 mph sprint in just 3.7 seconds. I'm checking out the GT model at SMC Gravesend today, and you can chat to our sales teams or book test drives at SMC Ford, Allen Ford or Essex Ford via the links in the description box. The GT draws its impressive power from a 98 kilowatt-hour battery, with 91 of that being usable, far superior to many other competitors currently on the market. An electric motor is fitted to each axle, which means the GT is all-wheel drive and is able to deploy all 860 newton meters of its torque impressively. As the GT is fitted with the long-range battery as standard, it's also capable of achieving up to 310 miles of range. Before we get out on the road, let me explain all the ways that the GT model is different from the regular Mach-E cosmetically. Around the front is possibly where you're going to notice the most amount of difference. You have a much more aggressive lower front diffuser, and you've also got a redesigned grille. It has a 3D design behind some perspex glass. This is so that it looks more dynamic but doesn't compromise the airflow. You also have some larger physical air vents which send air through the front of the car down past the wheels. With big power comes big responsibility, and that is why the GT version gets some larger 385mm Brembo brakes. And you also get Pirelli P0 tyres, which wrap up those 20-inch alloy wheels. Around the back you have a sportier rear-designed diffuser which has these horizontal fins. The Mustang badge on the back of the car has also been swapped out for a GT one. The GT gets the same amount of boot space as the non-performance all-wheel drive, that's 402 litres, enough for 7 carry-on suitcases. Plus, every GT model also comes with an electric boot as standard and gesture control. Lastly, for the exterior, you also get body-coloured wheel arches and you get the GT branding on the bottom of the door. But what about onto the interior? Just like every good performance Ford, the Mach-E GT gets some really supportive sport seats. They're finished in a mix of Alcantara and also a Sensico material, which is imitation leather but uses no animal products. You also get a lovely leather look armrest with the GT logo embossed on it. That Alcantara is also on the dashboard, but you also have this geometric, almost metallic design. And that also gets the same soundbar that you get in the rest of the Mach-E models. But in this top spec GT trim, it comes with a Bang & Olufsen sound system as standard. In terms of technology, just like every Mustang Mach-E, it comes really well specified. And that includes things like wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You get wireless charging, automatic lights and rain sensing wipers, keyless entry and start, a satellite navigation, and heated seats and a heated steering wheel, just to mention a few. Plus, every GT model now comes with a panoramic sunroof as standard. The Mach-E GT gets many mechanical upgrades to result in a thrilling ride. One of these upgrades includes Ford's Magna Ride suspension, which helps balance the weight of the car in bends, keeping body roll to a minimum. 480 brake horsepower is a lot of power, But it's only impressive if the car could actually deploy it. Well, it's safe to say with just a blip of the throttle, the Mustang Mach-E GT has enough power to throw you back into your seat. In fact, it feels like it has even more power than 480 because the torque is instant in this electric car. It really is great fun just to go around blipping the throttle and getting that instant acceleration. And it's brilliant for surprising people as well because from the outside it looks pretty vanilla, but as soon as you put your foot down, it's anything but vanilla. There are a few driving modes available: Whisper, Active, Untamed and Untamed Plus. Each one slightly changes the car's focus from calm and quiet in Whisper to exhilarating in Untamed. Even in Untamed mode, you'll get the sense that the Mach-E GT is on your side. On corner exit, you can apply its instantaneous torque to highlight its rear-wheel drive bias. Ford have also made sure that traction control isn't too intrusive either. But the impressive stuff isn't just in the acceleration, it's also great to drive. Fords have always been the benchmark when it comes to handling, and I'm really pleased to say that the Ford Mustang Mach-E GT is fantastic in the corners. It's great fun tackling the B roads, but it's also great fun on motorways as well, although I say fun, but in a sense I mean that it's just really enjoyable to drive because it's actually fitted with Ford's Blue Cruise system. Blue Cruise makes its debut on the Mustang Mach-E and is approved for use on UK roads by the Department of Transport. It enables hands-free assisted driving at speeds of up to 80 miles per hour. The system monitors road markings, speed signs and evolving traffic conditions to control steering, acceleration, braking and lane positioning, as well as to maintain safe and consistent distances to the vehicles ahead, right down to a complete halt in traffic jams. Blue Cruise is classified as a Level 2 autonomous system and can be activated on 2,300 miles of pre-mapped motorways in England, Scotland and Wales, designated as Blue Zones. If the reason which you're not very interested in electric cars is because they make no sound, well, the great news is the Mustang Mach-E GT has a propulsion sound which you can turn on or off. This means that when you press the accelerator, you get an imitation engine sound which helps the car to feel way more engaging. If you've been thinking about going electric but you can't quite let go of your performance models, then the Mach-E GT could be the car to change your mind. With enough power to even shock an existing combustion Mustang owner, but also the ability to change its personality with a flick of a switch, and with the aid of Blue Cruise, become the most relaxing drive you've ever had. Whatever the flavour of Mach-E that takes your fancy, then why not pop in to one of our SMC Ford, Allen Ford or Essex Ford dealers and book your test drive today. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye.